Next you can see pollinating agents. Already we have discussed wind pollination and also water pollination and also insect pollinated flower species. Next, what are the main major pollinating agents, generalized pollinating agents? And now see first one, bees, butterflies, flies, beetles, wasps, and moths, and also ants, birds. All these are the common pollinating agents. All are common pollinating agents. Once again say, so bees, butterflies, flies, beetles, and wasps, and moths, and ants, and birds are the common pollinating agents. The most dominating pollinating agents such as bees and also some of the organisms such as it is the insects. Okay, dominating pollinating agents such as the bees and also insects. Next, some of the higher animals also act as a pollinating agents. What are they? So here example, primates. In this category, lemurs. Next, arboreal rodents. That's what we call tree dwelling organisms. Tree dwelling means is particularly at the some of the bigger branches regions and also at the base of the tree region make a most of the holes. Such organisms we call it as the arboreal rodents, and also some of the reptiles. Here, what are the gecko lizard? What do you call here? Gecko lizard, and also garden lizard. So these are the main pollinating agents. The pollinating agents you can see common type and also dominating type as present, and some of the higher animals that act as a pollinating agents. So these are the most of the examples. Next, we have focus about outbreeding devices. Outbreeding device. Some of the hermaphrodite organisms. That means some of the hermaphrodite flowers. Hermaphrodite, it is the flowers. Hermaphrodite flowers means bisexual flowers. So these bisexual flowers, both anther and pistil, that means both anther and gynosphere parts, they are contact to each other. So that's why as a result pollination occurs. What kind of pollination? Self-pollination. That means autogamy. Okay. Some of the hermaphrodite flowers, that means bisexual flowers, the anther and stigma present in a same flower. So that's why the anther releasing the pollen grains. These pollen grains are coming in contact with the stigma to achieve the pollination. What kind of pollination? It is autogamy. That means self-pollination. So, continuous self-pollination. Continuous self-pollination. That means continuous self-pollination, pollen grains are landing under the same flower of the stigma. So, continuous self-pollination as a result, inbreeding depression form. Inbreeding depression. Inbreeding means inbreed. So in the same flower, pollen grains are landing onto the stigma. Same flower, na? Pollen grains are landing onto the same flower of the stigma. So that is called inbreed. So here depression, continuous self-pollination as a result. That means not a single generation. Maybe hundreds of generations later, or maybe 50 or 10 generations later, maybe it will take some of the generations, 10 or 50 or 100 maybe generations later. What will happen? It is inbreeding depression. That means pollen grains is landing onto the stigma, but pollen grain is not germinated on the stigma. So pollen grain is landed, but the stigma is not receptive. Such a condition, what will happen? Here, self-pollination is prevented, favors the cross-pollination. Such a devices we can see in the plants we call outbreeding devices. That means in the outbreeding devices, what are the plants? All the plants. So self-pollination is prevented, favors the cross-pollination. So in the outbreeding devices, what are the methods are present? These are very, very important. These methods. These are pharmaceutinas. First one, you can see this method. Dichogamy. In the dichogamy, there are two methods are present. First one, protandry. Protandry means here see pro. That means first. Andry, androecium. Androecium what produce? Stamens. Here, pro means first, andry means androecium. That means androecium is first mature. Androecium is first mature. Stigma is not mature. So, in such a way, in some of the species, pollen grains are releases. Here pollen grains are releases, but here stigma is not receptive. not received. Receptive means here not received. Pollen grains are releases. That means the synchronization of pollen. That means developed here pollen grains. Pollen grains are, anther is mature, pollen grains are releases, landed, but stigma is not receptive. So in such a way what will happen? Self-pollination here prevented, favors the cross-pollination. Okay, that's device we call, such a method we called protandry. One more definition I will say. The pollen grain is mature earlier than gynosium. Pollen grain is mature earlier than gynosium. When compared to in such a way, okay. So in such a way, self-pollination is prevented, favoring the cross-pollination. Why? Because pollen grain is landed, but stigma is not received, means petration is not going on. So that's why such a pollen grains are moved to another flowers. So these pollen grains are moved to another flowers, means here self-pollination is prevented in this flower and favors the cross-pollination. That's how, what do you call it, is the protandry. Protandry. Next, second one, protogyny. Protogyny. Here protogyny means the pollen is released before. Pollen is released before. Here pollen grains are not released. Pollen released before, the stigma becomes receptive. Pollen released before, stigma is receptive. That means pollen grains are here not released. In such a time, stigma is well developed. That means mature. Stigma is receiving capability is present. So that's why in such a flower, sir, what will happen? Self-pollination is here prevented, favors the cross-pollination. One more definition I will say. The gynosium is mature earlier than pollen. That's what you call protogyny. Here say proto means first gynosium. Gynosium is first mature. Here stamen is not mature. That means the stamen is not releasing the pollen grains. So that's why it is called, it is protogyny. Next. Second device. Hercogamy. Hercogamy means suppose for example, see here diagram. This part is the stigma. So here these are the stamens. Here stigma. These are the stamens. Here stigma. The anthers and stigma different in heights. Okay. in a bisexual flower, suppose this is the flower name, we call it is a hibiscus. That means generally we call it is dasavada flower. In a hibiscus, in the hibiscus flower, the anther and stigma are different in heights. Here different in heights present. So that's what will happen. Anther is breakdown, pollen grains are releases, but not reaches to the stigma. So that's what will happen. Here self-pollination is prevented. So these pollen grains are moved to another flower object in the same plant maybe, and another plant maybe, such as parts region, particularly stigmatical region. These pollen grains are moved to another stigma. So that's why here favors the cross pollination. So this anther and stigma present in different in heights. So that's why these pollen grains are not reaches to the stigma. So that's why here self-pollination is prevented, favors the cross-pollination. Here that is we call it is ecogamy. Next, third one, declining. Declining or unisexuality. Declining or unisexuality. In this, you can see first monoecious condition. Monoecious condition. Actually, monoecious means already we discussed in reproduction in organisms. Monoecious, that means bisexual. The male and female reproductive parts are present in a same flower. In the plants, the male and female reproductive structures are present in a same plant. Sorry, the male and female reproductive structures are present in a same flower. We call it as monoecious condition. Here monoecious condition, how I will explain. See, already we learned geitonogamy in the pollination. In the plant, see, male and female flowers are present in the same plant. So that's why we call monoecious, right? Here both male and female flowers are present in the same plant. So that's why we call monoecious. In such a way, pollen grains are releases. Here reaches to the stigma. Pollen grains are releases, it reaches to the stigma. So what is this kind of pollination? Cross pollination. That means here self pollination is not present. That means here requiring the pollinating agents. Pollinating agents are present means there is cross pollination. So the pollen grains are releases. Through agents, it reaches the female flower. So here in a same flower, it is not occur. Same flower means male and female are not present in it. Both are not present in a same flower. So their male flower is present in one part region. That means one branch region. Female flower is present in another branch region. So that's why it is the male flowers, the releasing the pollen grains to reaches the another flower of the means female flower of the stigma. Female flower in that stigma. So here in this process, some of the agents are used. This is called the cross pollination. In these flowers, self pollination is prevented and favors the cross pollination. Next, B, it is a dioecious condition. Dioecious means already you know this. So the male and female flowers are present on different plants. Okay, the male and female flowers are present different plants. This condition prevents the autogamy. This condition prevents the autogamy and geitonogamy. It favors the cross pollination. It favors the cross pollination. So here in this monoecious condition you can see. In this monoecious condition it prevents the autogamy but not geitonogamy here. But not geitonogamy. Okay. In this dioecious condition you can see both male and female flowers are present on different plants. This condition prevents the autogamy and geitonogamy. Autogamy means it is a male and female. That is if this is the plant, in this plant relation, male flowers are present in this one, and another plant it contains female flowers are present. So male and female flowers are present on different plants. So that's why here geitonogamy not occurs. Here geitonogamy. This one you already pollination type. This is the geitonogamy. So here autogamy prevented, geitonogamy occurs. But here autogamy and geitonogamy can be prevented, not present. So complete it can be favors the cross pollination. Okay. Once again say this dioecious condition. So the male and female flowers are present on different plants. So in such a way it can be preventing the autogamy and also geitonogamy. So such a flowers favors the cross pollination. Okay, this is called as the monoecious and dioecious. This is the two devices. In this having the two devices are present, two methods. Next, self incompatibility. Self incompatibility. Self incompatibility means in the bisexual flower, the anther breakdown, pollen grains are releases. These pollen grains are landing onto the stigma, but stigma is not receptive, not received. So that's why these pollen grains are moved to another flower of the stigma. So that's why we call it is self incompatibility. Self in the same term. Incompatibility. Incompatibility means pollen is landing onto the stigma, but here stigma is not receptive. Suppose here receiving means a compatibility. Here stigma is not receiving these pollen grains, so that's why it is called incompatibility. Okay, so this is self incompatibility. So in this way, self pollination is prevented, favors the cross pollination. Once again, see this definition. So in a bisexual flower, pollen grains, anther breakdown, pollen grains are releases. This pollen grain is landing onto the stigma. In this way, the stigma is not receptive. In such a way, here self pollination is prevented, favors the cross pollination. So this one, self incompatibility. Fifth one, hetero-style. Hetero-style means the styles are different in heights. The styles are here. Hetero means different styles. The styles are different in heights. Okay, the styles are different in heights, which favors the cross pollination, preventing the self pollination. Okay, styles. How it is present? You can see. I will show that. according to the diagram. See here, here styles are different in heights. Here see, in a same plant, two flowers you can see. Here style, this between the two flowers, two different heights of styles are present. So the style and stigma different in heights are present here. So that's what will happen. So the pollen grains are not reaches to the stigma. So that's why here what will happen? Self pollination is prevented. Favors the cross pollination. So in different in heights between, that means the different heights of styles between how it is the pollination occurs. That means see here in these two flowers, same height of style and stigma. That means here see the anther and stigma are similar in height. So pollen grains are releases here. It reaches to the, which one is the same height of the stigma is present, that can be reaches. So that's why here what will happen? It favors the cross pollination. Here in these flowers, self pollination is prevented, favors the cross pollination. Here see this flower also you can see. Here see this anther and stigma, this style and stigma are same in height. So here pollen grains are reaches to the same height of the stigma. This heterostylic type we called diheterostyle. This is called diheterostyle. This is A type, B type. Triheterostyle. Triheterostyle means this anther and stigma. So the styles are three different in heights. So three different in heights. So three different flowers, three different in heights of styles are present. So in such a way, the styles and anther, that means the styles and also stigma similar in height between it is the cross pollination occurs. In the same flowers between it is the self pollination is prevented. So this is called, it is the heterostyle. This is called heterostyle. Okay.